This walking tour has it all. Great Roman history, aqueducts, gelato. We had a lot of fun. Made Erica smile.
It was surprisingly delightful. I enjoyed it.
There you go, folks. Hi, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Erica.
And we're your guides abroad. Stop number one is Marcus Aurelius Column. In a lot of cities, people just walk right by it, but I find it absolutely fascinating. It is made from 28 blocks of granite or marble that they hollowed out, and there's actually a staircase inside that goes up. It's 130 feet tall. Marcus Aurelius, he was an emperor of Rome. He was one of the last emperors of the Pax Romana, which is like the nice peaceful time in Rome. And he's also one of the last 5 great emperors. He's a Stoic philosopher, also very interesting guy, and he won a lot of battles. This column signifies 3 battles he won in 176 AD. He conquered a lot of area for it, and the intricate design details the history of those battles. I'm sure it's got a lot of propaganda in it, but it is a very cool thing, and I love it because it's 2,000 years old and it's still standing. Absolutely love it. All right, on to more stuff to do in Trevi. So we made it to the Trevi Fountain, one of the most popular sites in all of Rome. I heard something like 1,200 people an hour visit this place during the day. Right now they're doing renovation work on it. I gotta admit, it's been a few years since we've been here and it's a lot bigger than what we remember. Some interesting things about Trevi, it's named after the palazzo here, the square, and the word comes from 3 because there's 3 roads coming into this square. And the back of this is actually a museum with a lot of artifacts and engravings from the 17th century in it. What we're going to do today is kind of fun. We're going to track the water flow of how it gets here to the Trevi Fountain. We're going to visit an old aqueduct and then a water city that's all part of like the water system for this fountain. So that's part of the fun we're going to have. Something a little interesting too. Oh, and my mom says that all the money that it's throwing in here goes to a charity, a children's hospital. I didn't fact check her because I don't fact check my mom, but that's when everyone throws their money in to make a wish, that's where the money goes. Which is pretty cool. I hope it's true. It is easy to walk by, and this is the water feeding the Trevi Fountain. It is, as a son of a plumber, this is pretty cool, right? It's 2,000-year-old piping, and it still works. So this is an aqueduct. The water's come from the spring up at the mountains. It's feeding Rome right now, and it goes through here on the way to Trevi Fountain. And then we'll keep going to show you another part by the Trevi Fountain that's also part of the waterworks for all this. It's pretty cool. Easy to walk by. There is a plaque saying what it is. Put it on the map down below so you can find it too. By the way, we have a walking map for this road trip down in the description. Last thing about aqueducts, probably not the last thing ever, but the Romans used lead for their pipes, so it was soft, and the soft pipes would break if it was under a lot of pressure. So hence he built aqueducts so the water didn't have to travel as far downhill and pick up speed on it too. And of course, those lead pipes weren't good for you because lead poisoning in there. The word plumber comes from the word lead in Latin. So many cool things about water. What do you say, Erica?
I said, wow.
Wow, she said, yeah.
You're impressing me, Jordan.
Wow, do you hear that? Yeah, Mom. These are cool. Roman ruin, and it doesn't cost very much to enter, but you gotta go on WhatsApp to book in advance. It does fill out, like even today it filled up, so you couldn't do it, but it's cool. Recommend getting the audio guide so it makes a little more sense as you walk these ruins. And it's found in the late 90s, they're building a cinema complex, and they found these ruins, and the founder's like, nope, let's cancel the cinema complex and dig it all up. And as they're digging, they found this old apartment building here, Roman apartment building, that later got turned into a mansion. Then underneath it was still running water that comes from the aqueduct, and it feeds a Trevi Fountain, and it feeds like townhouses like this one too, especially these apartment buildings. So it's really cool just to see the network and like the amount of scale that the Romans had feeding water to their citizens in these apartment blocks, and just the amount of cool, amazing stuff they had thousands of years ago, right? I mean, Rome's amazing.
Here we are at the Spanish Steps. So these connect
the Piazza di Spagna to the church up top, the Trinità dei Monti. There are 135 steps. This was opened in 1725. It was famously part of the movie The Roman Holiday. And fun fact, up here you will find one of Rome's 13 ancient obelisks. Cool.
Welcome to Villa Borghese. We've been walking a lot today, so we hopped to one of these Surrey bikes. It's an electric, actually. Erica's a driver. Anyways, let's show you the park. We made it, Villa Borghese. This is a beautiful park up above Rome, one of the 7 hills. What it's famous for is Galleria Borghese. Behind me is a Bernini sculpture gallery. Absolutely beautiful, very hard to get tickets to, so book in advance if you can for it. That's what I'd recommend. But this park is full of lovely things to do. There's fountains, walking trails, and boats you can ride on, a playground for the kids, a zoo. Rome Zoo is located here. So a lot of really cool things to check out here. We're gonna relax, have some gelato, play at the park, and end our day here, and maybe go for an aperitivo later. You know we will. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, spending the day with us, and make sure to download our itinerary that we have down below. One day in Rome, wonderful way to get out, see the sights. Our gift from us to you. You can click down below. It's at yourguidesabroad.com/Rome. Thanks so much for watching.